You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are those of imagination. Your next stop, the Twilight Zone.
This is where the hotel will be built.
But I thought this is sacred ground.
It was. That's all been taken care of. Over there, a shopping center with restaurants.
A lot of jungle to be cleared.
Nothing but trees and vines. We may burn the rest of it. Haven't decided.
Hey, Mr. Richards.
Yes, Walt?
I just hit something.
What do you mean?
In the ground.
Now, let's have a look.
What is it, a boulder?
I don't think so.
Looks like a wooden chest of some kind.
Here, let me break it open.
Use the shovel.
What in the...
Oh, I know what it is.
So do I. More mumbo-jumbo. Get rid of it.
Yes, sir.
Not so fast, Alan. These are artifacts, hand-carved effigies.
Devil dolls. Strings of beads.
The museum will want to see them.
Nonsense. They're a dime a dozen. The natives think that if they bury them here, it'll stop the project. Well, it's not gonna work.
Just the same, they're sacred.
They're junk. Superstitious nonsense.
What do you want me to do, Mr. Richards?
Cover them with a bulldozer. We've got 5 acres to clear by sundown.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. We're not alone.
Bokwa? I told you to stay away from here.
Who is he?
The Kikuyu medicine man. A troublemaker.
Mr. Richards,
Listen, Bokwa. I've had it up to here with your voodoo.
you are the one who does not listen.
I've tried to explain. The government of this territory signed an agreement. Your tribe will be relocated.
Too late. You have killed us.
We haven't killed anyone. You have everything you asked for. Fertile land, goats, chickens.
Our land is here.
It was. By next year, 5,000 people will live in Mbara. There'll be new roads from the airfield. They'll bring money, old man. Money for everyone. For your tribe.
If your people come here, they will know what it is to die.
Hear me well, Bokwa. Right now, my company is sending a full construction crew. If you do anything to harm them...
What, Mr. Richards?
you'll be eliminated.
The bringer of death?
Mbara is my dream. I've been planning it all my life. This will be the greatest development in East Africa, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
And what of our dream? What must we do? Wait while you make your city and others come? While Uchui does its work?
What are you talking about?
Chewy. It means magic.
Magic, huh? I have a permit to build on this land, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Keep your dolls and amulets off my property.
You will not find them all. Some are buried deep. They will join with the earth and rot, as your people will rot. Like this one.
Alan, that doll.
What about it?
The long hair, it looks like Doris.
Your woman.
How do you know what my wife looks like?
In our dream, Mr. Richards. In our dream.
Get out of here, now. And if any harm comes to my wife, I swear I'll kill you.
Easy, Alan.
Goodbye.
Do you understand? I'll kill you!
Mr. Alan Richards, from the engineering firm of Richards and Cooper, who hates with all his heart something in which he does not believe. Add a few buried dolls, strands of human hair, a handful of glass beads and native charms, and you have the ingredients of fear, the kind of fear that quickly turns to terror. Soon, Mr. Richards will make the long journey back to civilization and a high-rise apartment building in New York City. But his trip has just begun. Although he doesn't know it, he's about to take an even longer trip, the longest one of his life. It will lead him from the Upper West Side across Central Park and directly through the heart of the Twilight Zone.
And now, The Twilight Zone and our story, The Jungle, starring Ed Begley Jr. with Stacy Keach as your narrator.
Oh, great. Doris?
Yes, dear.
Where are my cufflinks?
In the jewelry box on the dresser.
Ah, I've got it.
What?
I say I've got it. What's this?
Find them?
Yes. Doris?
Then everything's all right. Oh, you look great. Very handsome.
Thank you. Doris? What's this?
What's what?
A little cloth pouch. I found it in the jewelry box.
Oh, that.
Did you get it in Africa?
I don't remember.
Well, let's open it. See if that refreshes your memory.
Alan, please.
Polished stones, bits of glass. What's this? A bit of fur.
A lion's pelt. Just a tiny piece.
And the straw?
It's from a swallow's nest.
Oh, for the love of...
Well, what about it?
You tell me.
There's nothing to tell. I decided to bring back some souvenirs.
That's all these are to you? Souvenirs?
Of course.
Even this one?
What?
For God's sake, Doris, it's a preserved human finger.
It's supposed to bring good luck.
I won't have this garbage in my house.
Alan, they're only mementos of our trip.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Good. Then you won't mind if I dispose of them in the fireplace.
Alan, don't!
Why not?
It's a capitu. You mustn't.
Why not?
Forget it. You wouldn't understand.
Are there any more souvenirs?
No.
Doris, listen to me. We aren't in Africa now. We're in New York. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Please. I don't want to talk about it.
This sort of thing is for weak people. Ignorant, uncivilized people who don't know any better. Not for you. Not for me.
All right.
You're not listening. We have done nothing wrong, and we have nothing to fear. Least of all from a bunch of witch doctors 5,000 miles away.
You think I'm afraid of witch doctors?
What else do you expect me to think?
No, Alan, no. It's not that.
Then what? What is it you're afraid of?
Africa. The land itself. You remember what the old shaman said? A long time ago, when the men started drilling and clearing.
Who, Bokawa? That shriveled-up faker?
He said we were wounding the land, hurting it, making it bleed. He said the land would make us pay.
Doris, we left Africa weeks ago.
Did we? I wonder. Sometimes at night, I feel it all around me, closing in, like a great dark animal. Alan, please, tell them not to build there. Tell them it won't work, please. There's still time. You can stop them.
Is that it?
Do you have to go?
You're welcome to go with me. There's a dinner before the meeting with International Development. Do you good to get out.
I don't feel well.
Then call a doctor, and don't put any more logs on the fire. This place is hot as a compost heap.
I need it this way. I'm cold all the time.
I'll try to be back early.
You'll never be back.
What?
Alan, do you hear it?
I hear a lot of gibberish.
Alan, don't go.
Good night.
Don't. I'm begging you.
Good Lord.
What is it?
See for yourself. It appears to be the carcass of a dead animal of some kind.
It's a goat.
The throat has been slashed, as if by some kind of claws. Blood all over the hall carpet. Call security.
I knew it.
Knew what?
The shaman was right.
Someone's playing a joke on us. A horrible, tasteless joke. How did it get up here? How could it? It's 7 floors to the street. There's a guard in the lobby. Pass keys.
Oh, Alan. Alan. Now do you believe?
So, to sum up, the site is clear. Drainage and leveling have already begun, along with preliminary work on the diversion of the river.
Then it's behind schedule.
Not seriously.
What about the cost?
We'll have to add an estimated 3 to 6 months for completion, but the cost shouldn't vary by more than a few $100,000, at most.
You recommend that we dispatch a full crew, Richards?
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I recommend.
And your partner, Mr. Cooper, what do you say?
I concur, Mr. Templeton.
In short, we've done what we said we'd do. Allowing for delay because of weather. We're on track. Mission accomplished, or very nearly.
Hear, hear.
Well done, gentlemen.
A few questions first, if you don't mind.
Certainly.
Of course, sir.
I'm sure you've considered this aspect carefully, but for my own curiosity, what about the native population?
What about them, sir?
Environmental impact, relocation, that sort of thing. How are they reacting?
To be perfectly frank, not as well as I'd hoped, but better than I'd feared. The Kikuyus have a violent tradition, Mr. Templeton. They resent the loss of their village. They resent the project, even though they're going to benefit from it eventually. Point of fact, they resent us. But I doubt that they'll cause any serious trouble, except for Ukawi.
What? Magic, a kind of witchcraft.
You see, a number of the shamans have decided to put a curse on everyone connected with this enterprise, effective upon the decision to go ahead with the project, that is.
What sort of curse, Richards?
The evil eye.
The usual. A slow and painful death. I assure you, gentlemen, there isn't anything the least bit funny about Ukawi.
You're not serious.
I am, because I've seen it work. I've seen healthy men sicken and die within 10 minutes of the time set by the witch doctors who cursed them.
Of course, not in this case.
Well, then where?
Well, I included a section about it in our background report, but for our men, there have been only the normal intestinal infections, that sort of thing.
Then why bring it up?
Healthy men and women who weren't touched or poisoned or harmed in any way, who just died.
I'll leave copies of our report for everyone.
Then, you mean to say you believe in it?
No, Mr. Sinclair. But they did, and their belief made it real.
An important distinction.
I simply can't imagine that anyone in this day and age would go in for magic.
Oh, you can't? Well, as it happens, Mr. Sinclair, several million people go in for magic. And they're not all in Africa either. Some of them are right here in this room.
Come now, Richards. Don't talk rubbish.
We better be going now.
What's that on your keychain, Mr. Sinclair?
Why,
On the table with your keys. A rabbit's foot, isn't it?
Yes, but I don't see...
Why do you carry it?
My daughter gave it to me. Now, see here.
Is it for luck?
Yes, I suppose so, but I don't see what that has to do with magic.
Mr. Sinclair carries around the severed foot of a dead animal in the hope that it will bring him good fortune. And he doesn't see what that has to do with magic.
Well, Sinclair, he has a point.
Mr. Hardy is amused, although it's a known fact that he's practiced witchcraft for years.
What?
Or have you finally given up astrology? A sophisticated man with an educated mind who reads his horoscope every day and allows the stars to run his life.
And a fair job they've done so far, young man.
That, Mr. Hardy, is exactly what a Kikuyu witch doctor said to me when I suggested that panther bones could not foretell the future.
He's got you there.
Oh, you needn't smile, Mr. Templeton. I've seen you knock on wood more than once. And you, Fielding.
Don't try to pull me into this.
How long has it been since you walked under a ladder? And the rest of you, do you cross your fingers? Throw salt over your shoulder? Worry when a black cat walks in front of you?
All right, Mr. Richards. I think you've made your point.
Think of it. A multi-billion-dollar corporation run by witches and warlocks in a 40-story building that doesn't even have a 13th floor.
Mr. Richards.
Sorry. All of you. Please. Mr. Cooper and I will be leaving now.
Well, gentlemen, what do you think?
Well, he's quite competent as a project manager.
Yes, that's true.
I'd say he may have left the jungle behind, but the jungle hasn't left him.
Well, I guess I blew it.
Not necessarily.
Oh, come on, Chad.
Oh, I'm serious. They're not about to cancel the project at this point. They can't with the figures we gave them.
I wish I hadn't shot off my mouth like that.
All right, I'll bite. Why did you?
That's just it. I don't know.
You sure about that?
Why wouldn't I be?
I couldn't say, but it wasn't like you. Something's happened. Hasn't it?
Maybe I'll tell you about it sometime.
And tell me now. I'm not going anywhere.
You're not?
Let's stop off for a drink.
I better get home.
You don't sound like you're looking forward to it.
I'm not, I guess.
Trouble?
Oh, it's not her fault. But something funny did happen tonight.
Funny haha or funny peculiar? You don't have to answer.
It's not what you think.
I don't think anything. Come on, here's Riley's. We'll have a beer. Help you sleep. Besides, I want to hear it. Whatever it is.
All right, but just one.
Well?
Well, what?
Are you coming?
Yeah, sure. I just thought I heard something.
So did I. That cab better get a new fan belt. It sounds like fingernails on a blackboard.
Yeah, that must have been it.
Here you go. 2 drafts.
Oh, sure. Thanks, Riley.
No problem. Don't drink both of them now.
What?
Your partner, what's his name?
Chad.
Made your calls, huh? Been gone a while.
He had to phone somebody.
Huh. Okay, Mr. Richards. Enjoy.
Well, I got through to Sinclair.
What's that?
Sinclair, on the phone.
You did?
Hey, just got home. Says they voted to go ahead with the project.
I see.
You almost sound disappointed.
Oh, no.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Hey, this is me, remember? Your body's here, but your head is somewhere else. You look like you're 1,000,000 miles away.
Only a few thousand. Sorry, Chad.
So am I. You want to talk about it?
I seem to have done enough of that already. So I'm surprised the project's still on after my outburst.
You've been under a lot of pressure. They understand.
I wish I did.
What happened anyway?
It's hard to explain.
It's about Doris, isn't it?
Why do you say that?
Well, I talked to her yesterday when you were out.
You did?
She sounded bad.
She hasn't been feeling well.
When did it start?
About 3 months ago in Africa. At least that's when I first noticed it.
I guess it's time to define it.
I don't know if I can. She found a swallow's nest outside our tent one morning. The usual Mganga sign. I didn't think anything about it then. That afternoon I had an accident in the Land Rover. Nothing serious, but that's all it was. An accident.
Only she didn't think so.
Right. And then there wasn't any such thing as an accident, as far as she was concerned. Every time I ran a fever or stubbed my toe, it had to be magic. Witchcraft.
Like the crew, the skin infection. What do they call it? Jungle rot.
A tropical infection, that was all. But not according to Doris. All that mumbo-jumbo got to her. I thought it would wear off by the time we got back, but it didn't. She actually believed in those little dolls, with the pieces of hair, the fingernail clippings.
But you didn't.
Of course not.
What happened to change your mind?
Tonight, before I left for the meeting. Chad, tell me something. If you wanted to get a hold of a dead goat...
A what?
On short notice, in New York City, where would you go?
To a psychiatrist.
I'm serious.
So am I. You want a dead goat?
No.
Then what?
Never mind. It isn't important.
I'd say it is. A question like that out of left field?
Let it go, I said.
Take it easy, buddy. We're only talking here. Strictly theoretical, I'm sure.
Drop it.
Hey, careful!
Sorry.
It's all right. It's only beer. I'll get some napkins.
Use my handkerchief.
What's this?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. It looks like a tooth of some kind.
It's a capitu, a protective amulet.
And you've been carrying it around in your pocket.
It was Doris's idea. A lion's tooth. I guess that means I'm protected from lions.
In the city? Lions? Oh, yeah. Well, you have to admit it's kept them away so far.
I'm sure that's the way Doris looks at it.
Why lions in particular?
Because they symbolize the country.
And the whole country's out to get you? Not just a few witch doctors?
Close. You see, Doris isn't afraid of the witch doctors. She's got it all worked out in her mind. She thinks Africa itself is out to get us.
The entire dark continent, because of a little development work.
They told us that the country was a living thing. That when I sank the drills and diverted the river, I wounded the land. And that the land would hunt me down. Or its spirit would. Unless I turned in a negative report and kept the others away. Then maybe I'd be forgiven.
I was right there beside you over there.
But I was in charge. The head criminal, so to speak.
And you've been carrying that on your shoulders all this time.
Oh, I didn't take it seriously. Even if I am the responsible party.
What are you going to do?
About Doris? I don't know.
She's sick, isn't she? With delusions. You must realize that.
Of course, but so are half the people in this city. Maybe more. The president of International Development carries a rabbit's foot. My wife carries a little bag full of nail clippings and amulets. And I've got a lion's tooth in my pocket. It's all the same thing. All the same rotten disease, eating away the strength, the will, the very soul.
Hey!
What?
Alan, I'd take it easy if I were you. A person doesn't get this steamed up over something if he doesn't believe in it.
What are you getting at?
Nothing, just a piece of friendly advice. Germs aren't the only thing that's catching. Depression, obsession, they can rub off on you too if you let them. Come on, drink up. I'll get us 2 more.
What time is it?
Doris will be worried.
I'll call her.
Sounds like a plan. Hey, Riley?
Yeah, Mr. Cooper.
Another round over here, please.
You got it.
Be right back.
Hello?
Honey?
Where are you?
We just got out of the meeting.
At this hour?
The dinner ran long. I'm with Chad. Was everything taken care of?
Security took the carcass away. They had to call animal control. Then they scrubbed the floor outside our door, but the blood wouldn't come out. They're going to recarpet in the morning.
Good. Doris, how you feeling?
Oh, just dandy. How do you think I feel? A sacrifice on our doorstep.
Take a sleeping pill.
I took one.
Then take another one. I'll call the doctor tomorrow.
He help. It's not a question of nerves anymore. It's bigger than that, can't you see?
Be home as soon as I can. Chad? Chad?
Something the matter, Mr. Richards?
What happened to Mr. Cooper?
Who?
The man I came in with. Where is he? Where did he go?
Mr. Cooper? Right over there in the corner. Oh, here he comes.
I didn't see you. For a minute there.
I thought I put a quarter in the jukebox for you.
Very funny.
Like it?
Lay off.
I thought you had a sense of humor.
You don't know what you're dealing with here.
Then why don't you explain it to me?
I've done that.
Oh, come on, Alan. All I've heard about is voodoo and witchcraft and magic. I don't know what. Doris is depressed. You are too. You should both be going to a shrink if that's all it is. Look, we got a lot riding on this contract. Everything, in fact. If you can't handle it, take some time off. Get your head together.
I can handle it. I'm not so sure you could.
Yeah, right.
Closing time, fellas. Last call.
Let's get out of here.
That late already?
That late.
Thanks, Riley.
Don't mention it. See you again.
Count on it. Come on.
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Yeah, you forgot to go to bed. You okay to drive?
I'm fine.
Look, if Doris gives you any trouble, blame me. I'll back you up.
Sure.
Now, give her a few more weeks in the big city. She'll come around. And when she does, you'll snap out of it, too.
I hope so.
As for yourself, get some sleep before the sun comes up. Make a new man of you.
Ever watched the sunrise in Africa?
Yeah. So?
The sky is like a bowl of ink. Then all of a sudden somebody pours a little milk into it, right at the horizon. It begins to spread and you can see for miles. Every detail. Trees, rocks, and any animals that might be in there. Waiting. But just before that, black as the space under the bed when you turn the lights out.
Alan, old buddy. Hey, you ought to be a poet instead of an engineer. You got your keys?
Got 'em.
Okay, then. My car's across the street. Say goodnight, Alan.
Good night, Alan.
Look, I'll call you in the morning. And drive carefully now. Don't let the pussycats bite.
You too. Oh, great. Oh. Chad? The lion's tooth. Hey! Hey, Riley, open up! It's Alan Richards. I left something on the table. Riley! Riley! My car won't start. At least call me a cab, will ya? Who's there? Hello? Is someone following me? Show yourself. Just a cat. A cat, that's all. Where's a payphone? There. Knew I'd find one. What's the matter with this thing? Out of order. Of all the times. What? Yes? Hello? Hello, is anybody? No. Hey, cab! Over here! It's okay. Nothing to worry about. Just keep walking. All the way home. Have to get across the park first. That's all. No big deal. Hold on. Take it slow. You'll make it. Been through the park 100 times. During the day. So what? Stay in the path. Nice and easy does it. Okay. Here goes. It's gotta be my imagination.
Hey, buddy. Need a cab?
What? Oh. Oh, yes. Yes, I do.
Well, come on then. I ain't got all night.
Thanks.
Pretty late to be walking.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. My car wouldn't start.
Where to?
Schuyler House. You know where that is?
Sure do. East side.
That's right. Just around the park.
Should have called AAA.
What?
The Auto Club. They'll get you going.
I know, I tried to. Couldn't find a phone that works.
I hear that. You know, this town, it's full of animals. They wreck everything. They do it on purpose. They break things, they write graffiti all over the place.
Just get me home, please. I'll take care of it in the morning.
You got it. Won't be long now.
What's that?
Till morning. A couple more hours, it'll be daylight.
I must have lost track. If you could step on it, please.
Well, I gotta wait for the light. If I run a red light, it's a big fine. There's cops all over.
Are there? I didn't see any.
That's because they're never around when you need them.
Driver? You can go now. The light's green. It's just on the other side of the park. Driver? You hear me? The light's green. What's wrong with you? He isn't breathing. Help me! Somebody call an ambulance! Call the police! This cab driver is dead! Not far now. Across the park. Just let me catch my breath. Who's there? Stay where you are.
Spare change?
Oh, I thought you were...
Who?
I don't know.
Excuse me, mister, but I ain't had nothing to eat for 2 days. Sure appreciate it if you could help me out.
I don't have any change. Here's a 5.
God bless you, mister.
Wait, that sound. Where's it coming from?
What sound?
The drums.
I don't hear no drums.
Do you mean to tell me you don't hear that?
Well, my ears, you know, they ain't so good.
How would you like to make some more money?
Doing what?
I'm trying to get home. I live just beyond the other side of the park. If you walk with me, I'll pay you $10.
All I have to do is walk?
Help me find my way in the dark. Make it 20.
I don't know.
Please. I just have to stay on the path.
You're on your own, pal. I ain't into weirdos.
Come back. I'll make it $20. 50! There. The other side. Gotta keep moving. A street lamp. I can see the building. Help! Help! Let me in! Let me in!
Mr. Richards?
The door. It was locked.
No, it wasn't. I mean, I thought I left it open.
I just need to get to my apartment.
Sure. Pretty late tonight, huh, Mr. Richards?
Pretty late.
You okay?
I am now.
I'll get the elevator for you.
My wife. She didn't go out, did she?
No, sir. Not all night.
Good. Thanks, Randy.
Take it easy, sir.
Don't know what's wrong with me. So tired. Need to sleep. Doris? Let her sleep. That's better. What? Doris? Doris, are you up? I didn't mean to wake you. Do you mind if I turn on the bedroom light? Just for a moment? What's wrong with the bed? Doris, is that you? What? No. Get back. Get... Ah!
It has been said that love is the greatest emotion and the most creative, But hate, if it is strong enough, can create as well, and destroy. Alan Richards had only a moment to understand this, a brief flash of insight. But it came too late, for someone who, like most of us, has never seen a lion feeding. Unfortunately, to his great sorrow, it's a warning he will not be able to pass on to anyone else, either in or out of the Twilight Zone.
The Jungle, starring Ed Begley Jr., with Stacy Keach as your narrator, was adapted for radio by Dennis Etchison and written for The Twilight Zone by Charles Beaumont. Heard in the cast were Alyssa Fraden, Jeff Lupetin, Doug James, David Darlow, Ivan Vega, Joseph Minoso, Tim Rose, Roger Wolski, Vince Amari, and Carl Amari. To learn more about the Twilight Zone radio dramas and to obtain audio cassettes and CDs of these programs, visit our website at twilightzoneradio.com. The producers of The Twilight Zone wish to thank CBS Enterprises, Carol Serling, Dennis Etchison, Dick Brescia Associates, Claire Simon Casting, Terry Jennings, our sponsors, and our radio affiliates for helping make this series possible. This copyrighted radio series is produced and directed by Carl Amari and Roger Wolski for Falcon Picture Group. Doug James speaking.